Good afternoon. This is Dr. Madhusudan Reddy, PBR with Kavali. This video session for second BTech, first sem, EEE students. Subject is Basic Electrical Circuits. Unit 1, Introduction to Magnetic Circuits. Already I covered one video. This is the second video for magnetic circuits. Concept of self-inductance, topics to be covered. Concept of mutual inductance, dot convention, coefficient of optimism. These things will cover in this video session. First we start with concept of self-inductance. So if you want to go through this self-inductance, first we should be aware of self-induced EMF. So what is the self-induced EMF? Self-induced EMF is developed as per the Faraday's law. To satisfy the Faraday's law, there are three parameters are there. Number one is flux, number two is the conductor, number three is relative motion between these two. So this flux can be varied by varying the current flow through this coil. So this is a single coil. To apply excitation. So see here. From the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, EMF is developed as already we learn in Faraday's law E is equal to minus N into d pi by dt. So then here this is the flux. This flux we can rewrite as flux per unit amperes and multiplied by amperes. We are getting as a pi by I into I. So this flux will not modify. So we substitute this single pi is modified into pi by I into I in this equation. Then how it modifies? So therefore, rate of change of flux d pi is equal to pi by I into here is word as di by. So then we substitute this d pi by dt as per Faraday's law, induced EMF formula. Induced EMF is equal to minus n into pi by I into di by dt. Therefore, this combination of this n pi by I is the constant where n pi by I is called coefficient of self-inductance. So we remember, dear students, from this self-induced EMF, we can understood that therefore E is equal to minus L into di by dt, where L is nothing but constant term. That constant term is called as coefficient of self-inductance. So units of henries. If a circuit possesses a self-inductance of 1 Henry, when a current of 1 ampere through it produces flux linkage of 1 Weber in turn, then E is equal to minus L into di by t. So this is the basic formula of self-induced EMF in terms of self-inductance and rate of change of current. Then we'll continue with this expression for self-inductance. So now we know that self-inductance L is equal to n pi by I. Just we right now we derive from this flux is equal to, again we know that in magnetic circuits already I gave in the previous video MMF by reluctance. So what is MMF? Magnetomotive force. Number of turns multiplied by current divided by reluctance. What is the reluctance? So we'll go for it. We'll substitute this L is equal to N by I into, in the place of pi, Ni by S. Therefore I gets cancelled, N square by S. Again, this reluctance S is equal to L by mu BA, or L by mu is replaced as two terms containing this mu, relative permeability, absolute permeability. So next we'll go for it. L is equal to, we substitute this reluctance parameter, reluctance magnitude, therefore N square mu naught mu R A by L. So this is the self-inductance, where L is length of conductor in meters, N is number of turns of the coil wound, A is cross-section area of the conductor, mu naught is absolute permeability, 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. I am not mentioned here, henries per meter. Mu R is relative permeability. And what is the definition of this self-inductance? Self-inductance is defined as the induction of a voltage in a current carrying wire when the current in the wire itself is changing. So, which contain only single winding. In that winding, when the excitation is applied, so due to this voltage, current will flow through that winding itself. Then the flux are produced due to that flux, due to that and inductance is developed. That inductance is called as a self-inductance. Next concept of mutual inductance. Before we entered into mutual inductance, we should aware of mutual induced EMF. So be remember, dear students, self-inductance or self-induced EMF developed in a single coil. Mutual inductance or mutual induced EMF is developed in the two coils. So that we remember. So current through primary coil is I1 produces flux phi1. Then the same part of the flux phi1 linked with the secondary coil that will complete through secondary coil is called. If current through primary coil is changed, then flux phi1 changes due to this flux associated with the secondary coil, phi-m is also changes. So as per Faraday's law, the induced EMF developed in the secondary coil is called mutual induced EMF. So see here. So this is the primary, this is the secondary. So we are giving the excitation only on the primary. We are not giving the excitation on secondary. Even though when you give the supply on primary, the flux are produced on the primary phi1, the part of same flux will link with the secondary. That flux are called as mutual flux. So when you change the current flow through primary, even though flux change is due in the primary side, the simultaneous change in the flux on the secondary side will link with the secondary coil. Therefore, an induced EMF is developed on the secondary coil, even though the current change on the primary side, but the induced EMF developed on the secondary side, that induced EMF is called as mutual. So that mutual induced EMF on secondary, we want to derive that as per Faraday's law, M is equal to minus N2. So here, see that N1 is primary number of turns, N2 is secondary number of turns. Therefore, E2 is equal to minus N2 into d pi21 by d. Pi21 is nothing but mutual flux. So, secondary flux with respect to the primary flux is called as pi2, also called as mutual flux. Similarly, this mutual flux or change due to the primary current only. Therefore, we can write as pi21 is equal to pi21 by I1 into I1. We substitute that d pi21 by I1 into di1 by dt. Now we substitute here Pm is equal to E2 is equal to minus N2 into pi21 by I1 into di1 by dt. So this N2 into pi m divided by I1. So here N2 into pi m divided by I1. See here, the current is primary side, number of turns on the secondary side, the flux are mutual flux. So this total constant term is called as mutual inductance. So due to this mutual inductance, EMF developed on the secondary coil is called as mutual. So now we'll continue expression of mutual inductance. See here, this where N2 by N2 into pi21 by I1 is called coefficient of mutual inductance is represented with letter as M. Self-inductance is represented with letter as L. Both units are Henries. Where M is equal to N2 pi21 by I1 are also, if we give the excitation on the secondary, then how this mutual inductance formula changed? N1 into pi m or pi12 mean the primary flux with respect to the secondary divided by I2 mean the current on secondary side change in the flux on mutual flux and the number of due to that an inductance is developed. That inductance is called as mutual inductance. So therefore, Em is equal to E2 is equal to minus m into di1 by dt or minus m into di2 by dt. So now mutual inductance, coefficient of mutual inductance or expression of mutual inductance. First we will go through the definition. Coefficient of mutual inductance is defined as the property by which EMF gets induced in the secondary coil because of change in current through first coil. It is represented with letter as M. So we remember, dear students, the induced EMF developed on the secondary coil, but the current changed in the primary coil. So due to change in the primary coil current, there is an induced EMF developed on the secondary. Such a property of inductance is called as a mutual inductance. So see here. So M is equal to this mutual inductance. Phi 1 is the part of flux Phi 1 produced due to I1. Therefore, Phi 1 is equal to K1 into Phi 1. So therefore, M is equal to N2 into K1 into Phi 1 by. The flux Phi 1 can be expressed as, here see that, flux is equal to MMF by reluctance. MMF is nothing but on primary side N1 I1 by S. So therefore, if this M is replaced as N2 into, in the place of Phi 1, IN2 K1 divided by I1, in the place of N1 I1 by S. Therefore, K1 into N1 N2 by S, I1 I1 gets cancelled. So this is the mutual inductance. So mutual inductance depends on two coils of the number of turns and reluctance of the coil. So then where S is reluctance L by mu A, L by mu R not mu A, then that M is modified as N1 N2 divided by L by mu A. K1 is constant, so we replace it that or we put as a 1. So N1 N2 mu A by L. So this is the basic formula of mutual inductance. N1 N2 mu naught mu R A by L. N1 is primary number of turns, N2 is secondary number of turns, mu naught is absolute permeability, mu R is relative permeability. Relative permeability depends on material. Mu naught is fixed, 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. L is length of conductor, A is cross-sectional area. So this is about the expression of mutual. So we remember, dear students, two expressions we learned. L is equal to N pi by A, self-inductance. M is equal to N1 N2 mu naught mu R A by L. What is the difference between these two? There only one coil, here there are two coils. There only one number of turns, here two number of turns. So next we'll come back to the dot convention. So what is the purpose of dot convention? To know the sign of mutual induced EMF in any winding. So we want to know the direction of the winding of the coil. It is very convenient to supply the information about winding of the coil. The dot conventions are used for purpose of indicating direction of winding. Steps. First is, if a positive current enters into the dots of both the coils, then the sign of mutual induced voltage is same sign as self-induced voltage, so positive. If positive current enter into the dot in one coil and in another coil current flows out of the dot, then the sign of mutual induced voltage will have opposite polarity to the self-induced voltage. I will explain thoroughly again. If one current is entering, leaving the dot, and another current is leaving or entering the dot, the voltage generated due to mutual coupling will have a negative. So see here, one coil is entering, another coil is leaving. One coil is leaving, another coil is entering. Therefore, the mutual induced EMF, EM is negative. Then as per KVL, we write this equation as V1 is equal to L1 into. So here, see that this is the V1. Here, this total V1 will contain or is the voltage across this primary coil. V2 is voltage across secondary coil. This coil contains two types of induced EMFs. Self-induced EMF, mutual induced EMF. Self-induced EMF is nothing but L into di by dt, but it is L1 di1 by dt. What is the mutual induced EMF? M into di by dt. But where it is M into di2 by dt. So this is about the induced EMF developed in the secondary coil. So M into di2 by dt. So this is about the V1. Similarly, so here also self-induced EMF L2 into di2 by dt minus M into di1 by dt. So why we put the minus? So because of one is entering, another is leaving. One is leaving, another is entering. So the mutual induced EMF sign is minus. So we remember, dear students, so the mutual induced EMF sign can be identified by knowing the dots only, by placing the dots. Where you place the dot, entering side or leaving side. What is the meaning of entering? The current enters arrow, the current leaves away from the arrow. Next, if two currents are entering, leaving into the dot at the same, so then the voltage generated due to mutual coupling will be positive. Here either entering or leaving, both are. So as per KVL, you see here, L mutual self-induced EMF given by dt plus sign. Why? If both are entering or both are leaving, then positive sign is indicated for mutual induced EMF. Similarly, V2 is equal to L2 into V2 by dt. Self-induced EMF M into J1 by dt is a mutual induced EMF. Next, we'll go to this coefficient of coupling, or also called as magnetic coupling, is represented with letter as a K. See here, with respect to the primary side, if you give the excitation, this is the mutual inductance form, N2K1 by 1 by I1. If it is excitation on secondary side, then the formula of mutual inductance M is N1K2 by 2 by I1. So we multiplied by these two expressions of M, then M into M square. So here you see that N2K1 pi 1 divided by I1, N1 K2 pi 2 divided by I2. But you separate this, K1, K2 separate, N2 pi 2 by I2, pi 2 by I2, it is wrong here. So N2 pi 2 by I2 and N1 pi 1 by I1. So where K1, K2, L1, L2 is the self-inductance. So then we are getting as, sorry for this, N2 N1 pi 1 by I1. So L1 is N1 pi 1 by I1 is self-inductance. L2 is N2 pi 2 by I2 is a self-inductance of secondary coil. Therefore, M square is equal to here K1, K2 is equal to K square into L1, L2. The relationship between mutual inductance, coefficient of coupling and self-inductance is, so here K is equal to M by square root of L1. What is the coefficient of coupling? Is the ratio of mutual inductance to the square root of product of two self-inductances is called as coefficient of coupling. It is represented with letter as a K, no units for this. It lies between the two values 0 and 1, but 0 is never, 1 is never. It lies above the 0 and less than 1. If it is near to 0 or 0.1, 0.2 like this, is loosely coupled coil. If it is near to 1, 0.99, 0.9, so tightly coupled, it's a good coupling. If K is near to 1, it's a good coupling. If K is near to 0 or 0, and it is bad coupling. If it is good coupling, so the total primary flux will link with the secondary flux. If it is bad coupling, very few flux are of the primary flux will link the secondary flux as a mutual flux. So that is about coefficient of coupling or magnetic coupling. So where M is mutual inductance, L1 is self-inductance of primary coil and L2 is self-inductance of secondary coil. So this magnetic coupling will be seen in case of the transformer principle. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, all the best. God bless you.